Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are doing what we did yesterday, but we have to do it on our alts. And we've made a couple of changes so that way we can focus more on a single ship. Let me know if you like the chat being down in that bottom left corner. There's not really much that goes on down there other than chat, and I usually have that off. But if it's too distracting, just leave a comment and I can change that. So, from yesterday, we learned that I'm going to need an extra cat battery. So I've gone ahead and done that. And for the second mission, I'm going to need. Was it the second mission? Yes. I'm going to need a micro warp drive. So with the setup I currently have, I can swap out one red for the micro warp drive. Oh, you can't see it. There you go. So there's our third cat battery, and this is a micro warp drive on here. Like I said, we won't really need that until the second mission, I believe it was. So we're gonna just do our thing. No, it was the third mission that had to. Okay, so we'll need this for the third mission, so we can chase down one of those annihilators or executioners. I've gone with the third cat battery so I can manage my capacitor a little bit better for that last mission. And going forward, we will also need that third cat battery for the next set of missions anyway. I'm hoping the next set of missions does not have those executioners and annihilators, and so we can have more tank overall. That would be really nice. Something else I can consider doing, I think I can swap out the capital shield booster for the capital damage control. That is definitely a thing I can consider for the next set of 3 missions if I find that my tank is not enough. But we'll see when we get there. So far, we really haven't needed the second shield booster. It's just been nice to quickly get myself up in health. But I can do the same thing with just running the one shield booster and running it longer. Alright. So our main targets here are the Executioner or the Annihilator. And I'm gonna hope that the 20 DPS difference between my main character and my alts is not what made the difference in me actually killing the carriers. So let's go ahead and get in there. I think I do need to adjust this a little bit. There we are. we need to target this exterminator first. I keep calling them executioners, I don't really know why. And then I need to target the capital ship with my nuke, my Nosferatu. Almost to warp speed. And where's that exterminator? This will be the second ship I lock up. It's the Quietus. Yep, I accidentally turned off the grapple. Don't want to do that. So what I'm doing here is I am aware of the DPS that's coming in from these enemies, and I am cycling my longbow module so that way every time it comes off cooldown, I will get the bonus health to try to heal myself. So as soon as that comes off cooldown, we will deal with that. Okay, now that it's off cooldown, we can start healing. Then we can put the longbow back on and turn it off immediately, which will give us one cycle, and then it will turn off. We're going to clear out all of the enemies first, so that way we are getting rid of any extra heals that the Wasteseeker Quietus could receive, making it easier for us to kill that Wasteseeker Quietus. I expect today will go a lot easier than yesterday, due to the fact that we now know what we're up against and how we can deal with it. But we do have a few other issues that will pop up. Some of those issues are my alts have less skills in general, and so I'm gonna have overall less HP for my shield and less capacitor as well. We're close in capacitor, but I think my main has a couple of other skills that my alts do not. my alts are also using less shield resistance from the skill itself on the ship. So we could see that become a problem at some point. But so far it doesn't seem to have made much of a difference. The main ships that are repairing or causing any kind of problem with trying to kill something are the battleships. Those are your armor repair ships. And a couple of them have like remote shield boosters or something. So you might want to look out for that if you're struggling to kill anything. I have really enjoyed this Wasteseeker combat test. It's been a lot of fun just putting some of my knowledge to the test of the game and showing off, like, some of the weird little tricks that you can do to try to get that little bit of an advantage. So I hope if you're someone that is struggling with these, you can look at each combat test and see what I did to try and accomplish these. I'm going for another cycle of the longbow. Go ahead and lock up some more enemies. There we go. The anti-ship defense weapon is ramping up damage now. Let's see, how many of these? Fighters are left. All the enemies left for the first wave of Combat Test 3.1. So let's just try to get them cleared out. That thing does move quite quickly, I tell you. But the more my grappler cycles on him, the slower he will end up. The main problem for this particular set of missions, 3.1, 3.2, and 3.3 of the Wasteseeker combat test is there are ships called Executioners and Annihilators, and those ships are ones that like to run away at maximum distance. They also can do like really high DPS at those ranges, They can move upwards of 176 kilometers away from the player, and they warp back to the center of the anomaly when they reach 340 kilometers away from the center. Okay, now we are on to the Wasteseeker Quietus. This will take a little while as we have higher weapons, so we are going to try to combat the healing that he has. I can just put the longbow back on now. We're going to heal up since there's no DPS incoming, and we'll be ready for the next wave. Some of these Wasteseeker Quietus will have an armor repair, some of them have shield extenders and shield boosters, others will just have shield boosters. So it really depends on what RNG you get in terms of which version of the Wasteseeker Quietus you actually get in your mission. I'm hoping that I'll be able to do both of my alts through all 3 missions today. So that way, tomorrow or the day after, we can do the last 3 missions. We're gonna have quite a large jump between the last mission and the next set. So, we'll see how that goes. So far, not too bad, just slowly clearing through his health. Having a grappler in this event and environment is absolutely necessary. Weather fires tend not to reach out far enough to grab onto some of the ships that you might want to lock down. And in particular with a Phoenix or the Phoenix Bodyguard like I have, application can be a major problem, so a grappler is going to help you apply better against these ships. The anti-ship defense weapons are just so nice. As long as they're on the same target for a long period of time, they gain quite a lot of DPS. It is kinetic. Unfortunately, I would rather it have been thermal, but they are just really good. Okay, we're going to set up for the next set of enemies here. We're looking for something called an Annihilator. Wasteseeker, Wasteseeker, Wasteseeker. I don't see an Annihilator there. Okay, I'm not seeing any Annihilators right off the bat. So we may have gotten a little lucky. I'm also not seeing a carrier, so that is a bonus to me. It means I won't have a whole lot of DPS to contend with, but I also don't have anything to actually leech off of. We do get less healing from having our longbow activated. We get 50% less healing than we would without longbow, but at this point the DPS incoming is so minimal, it's not a problem. Our anti-ship defense weapons are putting in some good work. Let's see if the next mission is any harder. We know it's gonna have an exterminator and an annihilator in it. But this was significantly easier than our first attempts of this mission on our main character, as we were trying to learn what was happening. Our application seems to be pretty good, even without the precision missiles chosen. So that's why I've stuck with the thermal for now. We have 8 enemies on screen. We need one more to see the end of the wave. Let's just see what the precision missiles do. Can't really judge this damage right now because it's in full. This seems fine either way. I don't really notice higher numbers between either option. We learned a lot of information yesterday about how to deal with these enemies, and so I'm hoping today will be a much quicker and more fun day. It was fun yesterday, but boy, that was a struggle. Right, our second Wasteseeker event, 3.2, is going to have one Annihilator and one Executioner. If I remember correctly. Let's see here. I'm not seeing an Executioner in here. Did they make it easier? Huh. No, there it is. Exterminator. I keep saying Executioner, but it's Exterminator and Annihilator. We're going to keep him selected so we can find him easier once we morph in. We're going to turn off this Nosferatu. We're going to swap it over to the capital ship. Once again, we're trying to make sure we are cycling our longbow modules so we can heal more in between. So far, going just fine. Without the higher weapons, those executioners and annihilators can be a huge problem. These two are not drones. The lightweight ones are drones, or fighters, I guess we should call them. We are just waiting for our longbow to come off cooldown so we can heal again. And we'll get our longbow back up and running. We're letting our anti-ship close-in defense weapon take care of the lightweight fighters, while we take care of all of the other ships, and then we'll move over to the Quietist. Looks like he's a little bit stuck in the terrain. That is okay. We should just be able to leave our longbow on now. There's not much DPS, so we can just heal anytime we want now. there are 2 lightweight fighters left on the grid, so our ship defense system will take those out not too long from now, which will leave the Wasteseeker Quietus with no way of dealing damage. There goes one of the 2. It seems like through all of this, the close-in defense anti-ship gun, it will choose the closest ship rather than maybe like the best target or the slowest target. But that's not bad. Having it target the closest ship can actually be a huge benefit to some of the other dreadnoughts that are using turrets. Because a lot of those dreadnoughts have trouble tracking at really close ranges. Last 3 enemies of this wave, and then we will have to find a ship called an Annihilator. That is the one that will run away from us, so we need to kill that one first. When we swap over to this Quietus, we will move over to the thermal missiles, which will be very soon. And it looks like this thing is still stuck in the terrain. So far, the Wasteseeker quietness that we've been up against on this character have not had any major healing or anything. Yesterday's stream we encountered quite a few large heals and shield extenders and things like that that slowed everything down. Seems like today's gonna be a lot more quiet. Not many struggle. Yep, he is still stuck in the terrain. is almost dead, so we need to prepare for finding a ship called an Annihilator. And we need to lock him down. Annihilator, there he is. No. Let me get this grapple on you. There's definitely a lot of ships in this wave. And it looks like we have 2 carriers. I've accidentally left my shield boosters running. That is not a good thing. I need to let my capacitor cool down a little bit. Let it gain its capacitor back. I need that Annihilator to go down. There he goes. Now we need to focus on all of the small ships. There's a lot of effects going on here. The battleships in this wave are the ones that have the neutralizers. So we do want to start killing them as soon as we have the opportunity. And the same will go for the next mission set. Some of these battleships will not have neutralizers, so if you're really struggling with it, just target the ones like this one here that has a neutralizer. That one has a neutralizer. Let's just focus on things with neutralizers first. And guidance computers. Or disruptors. A little crazy seeing all this stuff going on. Every once in a while we're getting hit with a capital neutralizer. And so that is draining our capacitor on top of what we normally have going on. Both of those Wasteseeker flyers have capital neutralizers, I believe. And I think one of them has a capital Nosferatu as well. Let's see. Yeah, so there's the capital neutralizer, capital Nosferatu, and another capital neutralizer. Both of them have targeting disruptors and missile guidance disruptors. I'm practically being touched by this Wasteseeker. Sorry, no touchy. Go away. Off some of the ships. my close-in defense weapons will kill a battleship. Oh, looks like they've swapped off. Let's just quickly take care of it. I don't like leaving things on really low health, and that is why I focused it. Look at all the lightweight fighters here. One. Oh gosh. And there's only gonna be more as these two carriers just launch them constantly. They do run out. They do have a limit on how many lightweight ships they can actually throw at you. So that's interesting. I have left my shield boosters running again. I'm using my capacitor battery in order to give my capacitor a break. It will allow my capacitor to recharge a little bit without being hampered by all of my activatable items. And it also protects a little bit from neutralizers and Nosferatus. I think 3 capacitor batteries is pretty much like the perfect amount. You can go up to 4 and just always have extra capacitor up, but then you're losing like a little bit of tank or a little bit of DPS. bright light. Yeah, I probably still have too much tank for these missions. So we'll see what happens with the next set of missions as well. Lots of battleships. It looks like my anti-ship defense guns are down to just a couple of lightweight fighters for them to kill. So they will start focusing on battleships next. That means these two quietest carriers are no longer outputting any DPS at all, and they are just there to hinder my capacitor. Oh. Sorry. So yesterday, we spent about 2.5 hours just trying to figure out how to make this mission work. We spent almost the same amount on the first mission, and then the last mission we did in one go. It is wild. If we kill 2 more enemies, we will have everything locked up for this wave, which means we are getting closer and closer to the end of it. So you'll notice here that this Quietus on the left has the shield extender. That one will take longer to kill than the one on the right. So I would highly suggest that if you are going through this mission, you target the one on the right first, and leave that one on the left for last. Now our anti-ship guns are starting to target the carriers. Hey, Azum. Good to see you. Yeah, we got full screen going. Let me know if the chat box is too small or too big or really annoying. Okay, good. Thank you. Eventually, I guess I'll try to work my way into better Twitch TV and then learn how to set all that up. Right now, I'm just doing all this through OBS. Today has been so much easier than yesterday. I'm already on the last wave of the second mission, and we have just had no problems now that we've answered all of our problems yesterday. Having that key made it so much easier to get in. Yep, this is the alt. And then I've got to do all 3 missions with my other alt as well, so if we breeze through all 3 missions today, that means we can do our second alt and go through those as well. You'll notice I've got the third cat battery on here. Yep, definitely need to do Concord Pass. I'm about 2 minutes away from launching a bunch of planetary, and that'll give us quite a few points toward the Concord Pass. I actually had one of these carriers got stuck in the environment in the last mission. Okay, now it's the long one, the one with the shield extender. Yep, even the AI gets stuck on the structures. Should be coming up on a shield extender pretty soon. Although we're doing pretty good with dealing damage to these. What, did he use the shield extender once and then just never again? That'd be odd. There it goes. Ah, yeah, we get to see the wrecking shots in full view. I feel like my alt is having more success than my main was yesterday, and just in general for not having to deal with so many heals and extenders and things like that. I feel like the enemies today were just not nearly as aggressive. Alright, take care, Azum. You be safe. So this is the reason why I suggest going after the one with the extender last, is because you can pretty much just walk away from your game at this point. It has no damage to be done to you. And it's just a battle of attrition, how long you can sit here and deal enough damage to overcome the shield boosters plus the shield extender. Ooh, 7332. That was a good hit from the anti-ship weapon. If you're wondering the bonuses we're getting from our siege module, we are completely locked down for warping away. We gain 900% of our mass, which can be used to float a dreadnought a long way on very little velocity. We get increased torpedo flight range, increased 100% shield boost bonus, 100% armor repair bonus, 75% sensor dampening resistance, another 75% weapon disruption resistance, remote repair effect minus 50%, meaning people will have a harder time repairing me if I have them in my fleet. We have a 100% sensor strength, makes it faster to lock things. Flight velocity is locked to 0, so if you activate this, make sure you are already going at speed, and then activate it, and you will carry that speed a long way. We get an increase to turret damage and missile torpedo damage of 300%. We have a shield booster activation time minus 50%. That makes it a faster activation time. Minus 50% armor repair activation time. 100% to the Doomsday weapon damage. We do not have any Doomsday weapons on the Phoenix or the Phoenix Bodyguard. However, the Karura has the Lancer, which is considered a Doomsday weapon. For our second module here, the Longbow Fire Control Reinforcement System, we gain a small amount of bonuses to turret damage, turret range, turret tracking speed, missile damage, missile torpedo flight velocity, missile torpedo flight time, missile torpedo explosion velocity, which makes it better for us to apply our damage. And then we lose 50% of our shield booster repair or armor repair amount. So, with both the siege module and the longbow active, we will be doing 20,000 repair, which is the base repair for this module. If we take off the longbow, we will have 40,000 repair. So it is definitely something to consider that when you go to heal, try to make sure you do not have your longbow active if you absolutely need the repairs to survive. Otherwise, you will be getting a very basic or heavily reduced amount of healing. The grapplers are really interesting because they will apply a reduction to enemy movement speed by 10% per activation up to a maximum of 75%. They are the most effective at 1 kilometer. However, at 35 kilometers, or 36 kilometers really, you will find a 50% reduction to the effectiveness of this module. At 72 kilometers, you will find a 0% or very, very minimal, it's like 0 or 1%, something like that, effectiveness of this module at 70 kilometers. So just because they're outside of that 35 kilometer fall off range does not mean they are completely useless. This is just a long fight overall. Having to deal with the shield extender really prolongs this fight and gives him the opportunity to heal a few times. So we have to get through the shield again just to go and do it. I really hope they do bring back more events like this. This is probably the best event they've ever created, aside from maybe the first Halloween event. The first Halloween event introduced scramblers and it, what the heck is it called? The bubbles. And with those, there was also a 100% drop rate for PvP kills. And there were loot crates that would drop from PvE enemies, which would give you a chance at getting some of those rare materials. Or like a grappler, or not a grappler, a bubble or a scrambler. This event is very different from that. This is a lossless event, meaning no matter what, you will lose nothing. All of the fuel is provided, and if you die, you can just go right back in without having to pay any sort of insurance point cost or anything. And during this entire combat trial, they have slowly increased the difficulty and thrown different problems at the player to try to deal with these enemies. It really has been a really good event for showing what your ship is actually capable of and what the player is capable of. They also reward you with merit points and loyalty points. Loyalty points can be used for buying things off the loyalty point market, which I typically just use my points to buy blueprints and sell them on the market. So the next mission we're going into is going to be significantly harder for a couple of reasons. The enemies that we have trouble with when they are at range, that would be I keep calling Executioner, Extinctionist? I don't remember. Executioner is what I'm gonna call them anyway. And the Annihilator enemies, the ones that run away at high speed from us. The first wave will have 2 of those enemies, so I need to target one and kill it, and the other one will stay alive to the end of the mission, or at least to the end of the first wave. And the second wave will have a whole lot of neutralizers that we have to deal with. And it is just a major problem overall. You can see with this bit, we're literally sitting at max power grid, and that is with 5-5 in Dreadnought Engineering. We don't have much in the way of expert engineering, so this is the fit that we will go in with. The micro warp drive is so we can catch that second Annihilator or Executioner, Extinction, whatever. And it's really just to force him to the edge of the map so we can warp back at 0 and be able to deal with it. Alright, let's go ahead and start up this one now. Okay, so we need to locate our first problem child, Exterminator, and you'll see there's 2 of them here. We will have to kill one and let one go. I will never remember that is Exterminator and not Executioner, because I've been calling him that for a while now. If you like what you've seen so far, you can find me at Orion_Ikoa on YouTube. I upload most of my streams there, and it gives me a chance to communicate with you guys when I am not live. Where's that other Executioner? If we're lucky, we will kill this first one super quick. But I don't think we could possibly be that lucky. We actually might be that lucky. Okay. So we have until 63 kilometers to try to kill this Exterminator. There he is, he's dead. So we did not need our micro-warp drive this time. Which could be a problem for me in the near future when we get to the second wave. We are just trying to lock up everything that has a neutralizer on it. That will be a very common theme. You want to save your capacitor, because if you don't have any, that means you can't survive. This looks a lot easier than what it was yesterday, and that's because it feels a lot easier. We have pretty much solved our problems of ships that run away from us and get out of range, or not having enough DPS to kill the Wasteseeker quietest, and not having enough capacitor to stay alive. All of those issues have now been solved for today, and we will have new problems tomorrow. Or tonight, I guess. Super exciting that we've managed to do that. Tank seems to be just fine. I don't see any major issues. We might find an issue once we complete this wave. Okay, let's look for more things with neutralizers here. Okay, that would be it. Just go straight down the line and take out everything. The next wave is where everything goes absolutely insane. There's a lot less enemies in this particular wave than there were in the first or second wave of the last mission. Something is definitely putting out some rapid fire damage. I still cannot tell what weapon system they're using, whether it's an explosive weapon system or like a single damage type. I have no idea. I guess if we really wanted to find out, we could throw on... No, we couldn't. Yeah, I think we could throw on a yellow, a reactive shield hardener. And it should still update the stats. We just can't go into our fittings to actually verify it. Alright, we are clearing through this wave really nicely. It looks like we have already cleared out all of the lightweight ships for the Wasteseeker Quietus, which means it is no longer dealing any DPS to us. We actually had 2 of them, but I killed them before they got away. We got super lucky. Yeah, I killed one of them, like, almost outright on spawn. It took, like, 4 cycles, and then the other one got out to about 43 kilometers before I killed it. We got super lucky. Yeah, I was expecting to have to chase him down again. Which, this could actually hurt in the next wave. Because now I've got this worthless micro-warp drive that's consuming 25% of my capacitor in place of extra tank that I need. I'm also gonna have to turn off my longbow before I kill the Quietus. Because I'm gonna need that extra health, and if I don't turn it off at the right time, we could be really hurting by the time it actually turns off. We've got 3 cap batteries, so we can try to out-heal what we can while it's active, but I'd much rather not have it on. For that next wave. In just 2 hours, we have pretty much done all 3 of the of these combat missions today on one character. Very happy with that. We learned a lot yesterday. Yep. Every once in a while you have to have a struggle, but then it answers all of your questions afterward. This Quietus is a little bit of a pushover. I don't even think he has shield boosters. I don't know how we got, like, the super easy Quietuses today. Okay, let's just keep an eye on my... Yeah, I'm gonna turn this off for this rotation. I'll probably kill this Quietus just before that thing turns off. I can't remember if there was an Exterminator or an Annihilator in the next wave. I don't think there was last time. Yeah, I'm super excited to see what they do with the last 3 tests. Like I said, I really hope they just throw a bunch of capital ships at us instead of all these small ships. Okay, here comes the crazy. Oh god. Okay. This guy. This guy. That guy. And I think that was it. Capacitor's holding out just fine. They're not nuking it this time. I need to go to application. Neutralizer, 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 neutralizer. Yeah, there's a lot of enemies here. least one more cycle. Just to try to kill that exterminator. Okay, the one that runs away is dead. And it is definitely taking them a lot longer to try to get through my capacitor this time. Let's see, what else has a neutralizer? There are so many. I'm letting everything run as long as possible. Maybe it'll give me like a half a chance to complete this quick enough. We're down to 32% capacitor as they keep trying to nuke it. Having 3 cat batteries has been so nice. Each one of these is giving 24% capacitor warfare resistance, and the siege module is giving, where is it? Just weapon resistance and sensor dampening resistance. It makes a huge difference. Having that third capacitor battery. Now it's 29%. 25, 19. Getting hit with all the whammies. That one doesn't. These two do. Okay. Should be most of the neutralizers. That one has one. just slowly getting through everything. There's still so many neutralizers left on the field. Yeah, this is a lot less stressful than the event yesterday. Hell, I've even been able to use my anti-ship gun the entire time so far. What a difference. Here I am, thinking I'm gonna kill this cruiser really easily and get a newt off the field. But he's got repairs coming from everything. Yeah, took a good while on that cruiser, because of all the heals he was getting. Okay, so everything that has a neutralizer is currently locked up. Looks like we're starting to gain capacitor a little bit. We're still dealing with an absolute wall of lightweight ships, though. That notification scared me for a moment. I was like, why is my capacitor low? And then I realized it's actually running high. Notifications that run on your capacitor. That's funny. I can fill my own capacitor now. What the heck? Look at all the shield boosting that little frigate is getting. These repair battleships are so unfair. Gotta build our capacitor back up again. This has honestly gone very well. In comparison to yesterday, yesterday was a mess. Okay, let's go ahead and get this longbow activated. I don't think we're getting enough DPS coming in at this point to warrant having the full healing. Maybe I can get lucky on my alt as well, and I don't even need the micro-warp drive. Yeah, I'm thinking on the other alt, I may not even need that warp drive if I can get lucky. What I really want to do is throw on a yellow, just to see what kind of damage types they're throwing out. Because I have no idea, there's no animation for their attacks. I wonder if we've gotten through all of the lightweight ships now. There's one here and one there. Yeah, you can't see anything through any of this anymore. There's like no incoming DPS now. Man, I really want to know what they're gonna do with the last 3 missions. Well, I think we've killed all of the lightweight ships. Good. Not too bad. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do my second character, my second alt. So we'll probably do that another day, or I'll do it off stream. Because tomorrow, well, tonight in like 45 minutes, it opens up the last 3 missions, and I'm not gonna be able to do them tonight. Maybe what we can do is like jump into it real quick, see what's on the first wave, and then leave. Ooh, I just saw 7,500 from the anti-ship gun. Yeah, you're definitely gonna need some, like, range fit. Oh, we are so close. And I did find out yesterday when that battleship bounced off the max range it can be, it was at 340 kilometers from the center. So if that helps you at all. Yeah. So we were at 267 kilometers from the center, and it was another 73 ahead of us before it bounced back to the center. So yeah, 340 kilometers before they bounced back. which one's gonna be the easier one to kill? I think it's gonna be hard either way. Hey, now just 2 carriers to deal with. Wow, that was a lot of health. Do I have the DPS? Not if I'm hitting for 12,000. Why am I hitting so low numbers? Hey. These are exactly like that first one that I encountered. Maybe a damage control, but it's been more than 30 seconds. We'll see if we can break the other one first. Wow. I am not able to kill him. Why? Why am I doing such low damage again? Trying to give my stuff the best possible chance. Damn. I don't know how to break this tank. Even with the anti-ship gun just blasting away, it's not helping. Why are they so overcharged with healing? Or what if... Yeah, I'm, like, not making any progress. Oh, man. Yeah, I think that's all I've got for today, unfortunately. With a different roll of the Quietuses, we might have been able to win, but these things are way too tanky. And for whatever reason, I'm just not applying the damage to it. We're like just breaking even on this shield right now. Yeah, I don't even think that's gonna work on these things. Well, we are slowly breaking them. A long fight, but we are winning now. Oh. We literally only win if we roll 5,200 on every single missile. And even that's a slow journey. Alright. Well, that's a whole nother problem. Can I solve this problem? Problems to solve. Okay, well, unfortunately, I think that's it for me today. Thank you for joining me, and we will try this again soon. But it'll be likely after we do the last 3 missions with our main character. Thank you all for joining me, and have a good one.